I bite my thumb at these.
In the land of Verona, the Capulets and the Montagues are fighting and trying to kill each other.
Fetch me my sword home.
You're too old.
Stop. Fetch me my sword home.
You're too old. Love is like the prick of a thorn.
Love hurts for Romeo.
Dear Juliet, one day I can fall on your face, you're gonna fall on your back. Oh yes. My dear Juliet, one day you're not gonna fall on your face, you're gonna fall on your back.
Next, we go to the castle where Romeo talks to his friend Benvolio about his problems. We say next they go to the party.
Okay, there are various settings found in Act 1. What are the purposes they serve?
Well, the first setting takes place in the town, and I mean we get to see that the brawl at the town, and the brawl is really important in the story because it shows us the conflict between the two
And they're breaking
families,
apart the town.
Montagues and the Capulets. Yeah.
Alright, Andrew?
Well, next we kind of go to both sides of the story. We see Romeo talking to Benvolio about his problems, and on the other side we see Juliet talking to the nurse about her life and her problems, and that kind of builds up the story to what it will become later.
Tyler?
And the next scene would be the party. The party with the Capulets, yeah, the Capulets, and how Romeo and Benvolio go to the party, and they try to have fun, and they meet Juliet. But as they're doing that, one of the rivals from the Capulets calls them out, and it's Tybalt, I remember. Call them out, and he gets told to calm down by Lord Capulet because they're guests. And
Even though they're unwanted guests, yeah.
That's pretty much all I got.
What about the scene about Mercutio? Like when they're in the streets?
Stop filming me.
Oh,
Mercutio, I guess he's just kind of he represents like a neutral side almost. He's sucking to Romeo and Benvolio, but he's not really involved in the conflict that much in Act 1. So, yeah.
and then isn't Mercutio like kind of like Mercury, which is the god of war?
Mercury, that's
Yes.
Aries. No, that's
No.
Aries. That's like
No, but that's in the Greek. I'm talking about the other one. Because there's like Pluto and then that.
But
I thought Mercury was more like poisonous.
Yeah, and then like Mercury is like pretty poisonous too.
I think
Mercury is fast.
It's that he's not. It's just that he's bipolar. That's it.
Bipolar.
Yeah, bipolar.
Well, I mean, if he's Mercury, then maybe like he's gonna do some damage too. Yeah. And so, what about Juliet, guys? You think she's hot?
What? Yeah.
No, she's 12 years old.
14. She's gonna be 14.
Oh yeah.
I heard there's a
She's
sex
13.
scene.
Hey, stop it! Stop it!
It's like, are you recording right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Benvolio and Tybalt are kind of, they're the definition of foil, whatever that means. They're opposites, yet similar in that they have like two different extreme qualities. Benvolio is very trustworthy and honest, and it seems like Tybalt is, I don't know, he tries to like provoke a fight. They're just two opposites. Also, I was kind of noticing that Benvolio and the nurse play the same character on different sides of the family. So Benvolio is like they're always there for Romeo, and on the other side, the nurse is talking to Juliet, kind of about the same things. And they're not two different extremes. They're just two characters that play similar roles.
You know, in general, I think that the Capulets and the Montagues are a foil to the prince. Because, like, the prince trying to keep peace, and then And then the Capulets and the Montagues are just... We're going to talk about the characters and their purpose. Look at them, they're so tight.
So, talking about the characters, I guess, so Samson and Gregory,
Snapchat this.
they're, I guess, part of one side of the conflict.
Hey, look at that.
And Gregory kind of start the
Taking
whole
pictures.
conflict off by quarreling
A view, dude.
with the other side.
They're like, damn it, man, get the hell out of the way.
And then, as we talked about earlier, Benvolio and the nurse are kind of the the honesty of each side. They're
The conscience?
yeah, I guess the conscience of each, like Julia and Romeo, on different sides of the family, even though they don't know each other yet. And then there's Tybalt, who is trying to further the conflict.
That shows he's actually pretty passionate, like, if you think about it.
He's very honorable, I guess you could say. Talk about it.
I guess Lord Capulet's purpose is that he creates another conflict, I guess, in a way, because he gives Juliet's hand in marriage to Paris, but then it's like foreshadowing, like, since we know that Romeo likes Juliet, it's gonna foreshadow that some I don't know, some other conflict, another, I guess, like parents, like another it's called rebellion from Juliet to her towards Lord Capulet, because I guess she likes Juliet. I mean he loves
She likes that
Romeo,
dick.
so and I guess yeah.
The opening scene just sets up the stage for the rest of the book.
Yeah.
Isn't Gregory and Samson like a way of saying that even though before they're just fighting and they're being ignorant about the whole, like, even though they're messing around, they don't know what they can cause?
They're messing around. They're the ones who have caused the conflict so far, because it seems like at the beginning the quarrel between the two families was kind of suppressed, but then once the fight broke out again,
It was
escalated.
kind of pointless.
Yeah.
The nurse is pretty dirty. She likes to entendre all the time. She's doing that every day, all day. She's, like, as Andy said before, she's a caretaker of Juliet. It shows how, like, her mother doesn't really understand Juliet, and how I doubt she'll understand how her love for Romeo is worth anything. And then
to put me to shame. Have